Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Chained Echoes. Last time, I was struggling with the boss, and so I've done a little bit of grinding off camera, but I was taking a look at my rewards board, and I could really extend my chain a lot if I do buying 3 deals. And so I reviewed deals. We need to sell stuff to merchants in order to unlock some deals. And I think it's basically the loot that's the important thing to sell, because I haven't sold any of these things. And so basically, I'm going to sell 1 of every piece of loot that I have, and I think that's going to unlock some deals. So I'll be back after I get that set up. Alright, it turns out I've collected a gazillion different types of loot, and so I'm just going to sell the first, I don't know, 20 or so for some amount of money. New deals have been unlocked. Great. Tell me about deals. Pack of snacks for 100. A fine collection of the upcoming blah 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 blah. And I guess because I sold 1 of each of those. So sure, let's buy a pack of snacks. And then for everyone who takes damage over time on your character, anti-damage over time. ... Sure, let's buy it. Oh, 10 antidotes. Okay, that's nice. And oh, this costs 2,500. Mystic ring. I don't have stolen diamonds, I see. An accessory that raises your defense and mind. I see, okay. And if I sell, okay. I could get robe 3. Includes a single piece of equipment. Okay, I get a sense of how this works. Accessories that resist, okay, Okay, rapier 3. If I had 2 more antenna, I could get that one. Let's see if I have 2 more antenna to sell. So if I go into my loot, it is conveniently not sorted in alphabetical order, unlike a bunch of other things. So let me see if I have antenna in here. I do. So let's sell 2 of those. And then if I go back over to the deals menu, now I can unlock rapier 3. So let's buy this. You obtain the following items. 1 Espada Ropera. Okay, is that any good? And then I got my thing on the rewards board for buy 3 deals. That's the thing I really wanted. But tell me about the Espada Ropera. Okay, my S-stock is better than it. So I could have gotten that a long time ago, probably, if I had quite grokked how all the deals were going to work. Okay. So, with that, if I go take a look at the journal and my reward board, my longest chain went from 24 to 35 because I was now able to extend this whole chain. And so I think if I could get 1 more in this chain, actually, that would win an encounter with an all-girls team in the flower fields of Perpetua. I don't know. The encounters there are hard, and I would only have 2 characters. I'm not sure that I could pull that off. Win an encounter without allowing the enemies to take more than 4 actions. I also don't think I can pull that off, even with an ultra move. Win an encounter against a scorpion with only 8 actions. I'm not sure I could pull that off either. Are there other places I could extend my longest chain? There are. Because I think if I get it up to 36, I think I get... Actually, let's double check. Oh, I need to get it up to 40 for the next level up. I was incorrect. Okay, so I still have a bit of work ahead of me. There's a class emblem somewhere in the Cortera mountain range that I haven't found. There's a buried treasure in Roland Fields, although there's an area of Roland Fields that I can't get to yet, and so I think that's probably what that is. I haven't figured out how to get back into the other section of the O'Grain Grottos. And so I'm not sure if that's also accessed from the other part of the Rowan Fields that I can't get to, maybe? Or maybe there's something else that I'm missing. What is this over here? The class emblem, right, I just looked at that. And... yeah, and when it says longest chain, I'm not sure if it just means contiguous bit or if it has to go from start to end. Let me actually count. I think they just have to be contiguous. It's calling it a chain, but I think it's just contiguousness. And so anything that's adjacent to yellow, I think, would help me. I don't know where I get the quest to Goblin's Dilemma. I don't know where to find the class emblem. I don't know where the quest into the Maelstrom is. Defeat Vins without going into Overdrive and Fjordwoods. Without going into Overdrive, I could probably do this one. Alright, so I might try to do that. Defeat Excalibur. Sounds like there's a unique boss there that I haven't located yet. Defeat a Gazer while switching every turn. That's also doable. Forest Worm, those are probably the dragons. I don't remember. I don't think I could defeat them yet. There's still a bunch of treasure chests to find, but there's portions of that zone that I can't get to yet. Find 7 of 9 treasure chests. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get enough to level up. So maybe I just need to spend more skill points. Or, oh wow, obtain 4 class emblems anywhere. I bet you there's more class emblems that I'm missing. That I do have access to already. Where would I have missed them, though? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to look at some of this stuff on my own, because there is some things I can do and some exploration I could probably get. Alright, well I found 2 Vins. I think it might be interesting to see this work. So let's see if I can never go into Overdrive. So I don't even have something for cooldown kind of stuff, so I'm going to have to do some defending, I expect. And should I just use basic attacks? I could also use ultra moves. So whose ultra move would deal the most? That does high non-elemental damage to one enemy. That actually could be good. Let's try opening with this. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. But it's got me way cooled down in the overdrive meter. And it dealt like 400 damage. So that's nice. And yeah, you're like halfway down. So if I just did an attack and an attack, yeah, I could probably switch to a bunch of defending after this. You don't have any good attacks, so let's swap you out. That also cools me down a little bit. And this might kill one of the Vins. Didn't quite kill him, but I don't have to worry about taking too much damage, I don't think. Okay, Glenn could definitely finish this off. Actually, anyone could finish this off. Yeah, you just go ahead and finish it off. Okay, great. Sienna, let's cool down by switching back to you. And let's have you defend, which will cool us down even more. You don't have anyone to swap with, so you can just deal some damage. Okay, yeah, this will be pretty easy to do, especially swapping players. That's a good way to cool down, and then using just basic attacks does not take much, and then I can also use defending when I need to. So yeah, let's swap to you. Are these guys weak to something? I've forgotten. They're weak to earth. I'm just going to defend. You won't deal that much damage. I should just focus my attacks. It doesn't matter that he went down. Focus my attacks on people who deal high damage. You'll deal a lot of damage. Victor is not going to, so he'll just defend. You can swap out. Glenn deals a fair amount of damage, so we'll do that. Stampede, I still have plenty of HP. You deal a lot of damage. Yeah, I can afford to do it. Alright, so I'm going to swap. And I'm going to defend in order to stay cooled down. Alright, this is mildly interesting. I'm getting a little bit warm there, so let's make sure we stay nice and cooled down. Rob's single attack is probably decent. 91, Sienna's single attack, if she gets a crit, would be really good. 143, nice, we did it! And so that should have defeat Vins without going into overdrive. Great! And so if I were to go and check out my reward board, that should have increased it to 37 because it brought something else into contiguity. Yeah. Alright, neat. Complete the quest, A Will to Live. I don't know about that quest either. Okay, let me figure out what else I want to do next. So I was missing treasures in Tormund, and I found a house that I apparently never entered. There's a snack over here. And some people that apparently I can't talk to, but sadly no treasure chests. I don't think the snack counts as a treasure. But let's just take a look at the rewards board really quick. Find 7 of 9 treasure chests. Right, so I'm still looking for treasure chests. here is where I just found the house that I hadn't gone in yet. So keep looking. Aha! I found one of the missing treasure chests. Upstairs in the building that I was in. Oh, it's a sacred water key. I wonder if in my inventory that'll tell me something important. There is also a kitty to pet. And some people who aren't interested in talking. So this was in this tavern inn kind of building up here on the map. And so if I take a look at inventory, items, key items, sacred water. Oh, I have 3 of them. Oh, it's a key item, but it's just poured on a statue. Right. Okay, so I can pray to statues. So yeah, it's just more information that I'm still missing some of these statues that give me super cleric, or not cleric, class emblem buffs. One of them is called cleric that I already have. So I definitely have missed a statue somewhere. So in the underground, there's a dog over there that apparently I could talk to. But I'm at the right edge of my known map. And so I don't know how to get over there, and I don't see like any secret paths. So I'm not sure how I would get there. There's a person over there as well. Well, guess what? I was exploring more of this place, Fields of Perpetua, and look what I found. It's one of these statues. Would you like to play to the heroes of Leonar? I sure would. Alright, this is what's been holding me back. Well, one of a number of things. 1, not understanding all the mechanics and using them to my advantage. And 2, oh, of course, auto-dancing text. I hope you're interested in whatever this thing had to say, because we've missed it. I think it's probably the same thing that the other statues have said, but still, auto-advancing text. Come on. In any case, 1, not understanding all the mechanics, and 2, not finding the important things. But now I found an important thing. Hooray! And this battle shouldn't be too bad. This will be tough, though. I'm pretty sure I can handle it, but it will be tough. Yeah, let's go ahead and show this one on camera. So this is a good place to use poison and pandemic. So let's poison somebody in the back. And the next time we'll pandemic, which will spread the poison to 3 other people. There's a lot of enemies, so I think I will need healing. So let's totally do that. Let's wait patiently for all the bad guys to take their turns. And we're a little low on health. I will risk it. Let's hope you don't use that fire everyone attack. Okay. You did not. Thank you. So now I think I do need a heal all. So let's do that. Great. Poison. Glenn is immune for some reason. I think something he's wearing. So that's the best person for them to attack. Okay, and now I need to pandemic this guy in the back so that he spreads the poison to all the other 3. So now we've got a ton of dot damage on the field. And I think we need to do another heal all, and that'll also cool down my overdrive, so that's great. And you're more effective at it because you're smart. And this will also cool down the overdrive and hits all 4 enemies, so that's the most DPS I can get out of you. So that's great. And we just have to endure, which we're doing. And at this point, Glenn is doing fine. Let's try to take 1 enemy out of battle. And so you're the one that I'm focused on. And everyone else is still taking poison damage in terms of the enemies. Rob has already done the things that he needs to do, so let's swap out, which will also help cool down. And Batraz, let's make sure you don't lose the battle. This will also cool me down. I'll give you a helping hand. And then Victor has already done what he needs to do. So let's swap him out. And bring in Yokogiri and the Crits of Death, aka Sienna. 2 crits, very nice. And Petal Storm is active, also very nice. Okay. At this point, you have 2 weapons summoned. That's already good enough that a 4-way attack will be terrific. Yeah, that hit for like 1,000 points of total damage. That's pretty good. You will take out one of the enemies, which I'm happy to do because both of them were about to attack next, and so that's one fewer attack I will have to endure. And now I need to Petal Storm, and I might as well... I might be able to finish off a King Owl, actually, who is coming up sooner. Yeah, nice. Okay, we're overheating, but I don't care at this point because now I have a great advantage. So now we will just outlast the enemy, dealing as much damage as we can. Alright, and Batraz, I think, might be able to finish both of them off with a light claymore. Yeah, okay, that went great. Oh, sorry, we're not dead yet, but you're not getting better. Okay, good job, Sienna. Okay, tell me about a class emblem. First play Happy Diddy. Mastered the challenge. We sure have. Accept the emblem offered by Rainia the Shaman. Alright. Yes, I'm a brave and curious adventurer. Find a class emblem. Hooray! Okay. So... I want to go to Equipment... and find someone who's not currently wearing a class emblem, and also ideally someone who is usually at the start of the party. And let's see what Shaman does. The powers of nature. Action skills. Aqua. Oh, wow. Water. It's attacks. This is great. Water and earth. And passive raises magic. Oh, wow. And TP gain. Okay, so these hit one person, but yeah, like an earth attack would, do I have someone who inflicts heavy with a weapon? I don't think so. And a water attack, do I have someone who inflicts a dry? I think Killian might be able to inflict dry using one of his skills. So who do I want to give this to? Actually, I'm not sure. But in any case, it is good that we get another emblem. And actually, I could spend skill points and have a bunch of people learn those if I wanted to just spread out my, like, water and earth attacks. Yeah, So I think here's what I'm going to do. I think Glenn actually could use that new one, so I'm going to use my remaining skill points of Glenn to finish upgrading Awakened Spirit to max. That'll stay with him, even if he's no longer using that emblem. And so then, as a result, for equipment, you can start using the next one, the Shaman one, and then that frees up the healing one to give to someone else. And I think at this point, maybe Rob could start learning that, because Rob doesn't have a whole lot of skills that I use other than kind of poison and pandemic. So I'm going to give him the cleric emblem. All right. And did Rob, how many skill points does Rob have in reserve? 391. So I should probably just go ahead and in here go over to Rob. And for class skills, I could lever up each of these. Multiple people with Awakened Spirit is a good thing. Yeah, so I'm going to, what's the key? Level up, I'm going to level that up, and I'm going to level this up. And so, yeah, then Rob can do a decent job with those, and we spent some of his skill points. Len still has a ton of skill points. There's still a bunch of skill points that I haven't spent yet. Although I might want to use them leveling up some passives that I get at some point. I'll have to think about that. In any case, we're making progress. Hooray! Let me take a look at the rewards board and see if it helps steer me in the correct directions anymore. So I do like the fact that the rewards board not only gives you rewards, but also gives you steering for when you have free time out in the world. Here are some useful things that you might try to do. And I was trying to do thing X, and I ended up finding thing Y, because they were both in the same zone. So that's still effective in terms of gameplay steering suggestions. So good job, game developers. This worked well. Hey, win an encounter without allowing the enemy to take more than 4 actions. I got it. Okay, I didn't even notice that that happened. I just accidentally ran into some enemies while I was continuing to try to find things in this zone. So that's terrific. Oh, and that brought me up to the longest chain of 40. Neat. Reward junkie. So that means if I go to, oops, I want to be here. If I go to view chain rewards and claim reward, I get a grimoire shard, which means I can upgrade my skills again, which means I'll be more likely to successfully take on the next boss, which is the whole point of doing this whole exercise. Great. So, let's see. Lowers target attack and magic by 15%. That actually could work pretty well against this boss because he had powerful magic attacks. So I think I'll take that for Glenn. As for Rob, if this works, throat cut, silence for 1 turn, that would be great against the enemy actually, since he seemed to be doing all magical attacks. As for Victor, Victor is now wearing heavy armor, so let's give him a heavy armor bonus of 10 extra %. That sounds good. As for Batraz, he's still been a little squishy, so I think we'll just give him some extra health points. As for Len, I can't remember, but I think the enemy might have been flying, so I'm going to give her Flying Killer in case that means I could deal more damage. And then as for Killian, I think in the long run, Dry Strike will be useful. I remembered that he had this. He doesn't actually have it learned yet, but he has the possibility of getting this. And so now that I have something that can deal wet damage, Dry Strike will be useful. So we'll go ahead and give that to him. And finally, for Sienna, for boss killing, an extra single target attack would be good for her that deals 1.8 damage. So let's go ahead and learn Kesagiri. All right. And we have learned new skills. Terrific. I did a little bit of skill reorganization, but I think let's try this battle again. And the Jinn, I guess we get to see the cutscene before because I basically reloaded to before we'd ever encountered it last time. But hopefully I'll be at least a little bit better. Okay, so at the very beginning, I think an armor break would be good. He's weak to water, right? So you want to use Metal Dagger because that's your highest attack. He's using fire. And our fire resistance goes down, which is a bummer. Rob does want to poison him. And now, Victor, remind me what your ultra move is. Stirs CP and grants HP and TP regeneration for all party members. Okay, I could save that for a little bit later. So let's start with the healing him. Okie doke. So you've already applied armor break. So I think you've done the most necessary thing, and now we need someone with water abilities to step in. So that would be Lena. Start dealing some damage. 242, very nice. And now he's already changing his element to water, okay. So now he's using water on us. Yeah, if I can get him to change elements fast enough, he's not going to hit me with the one that he brought our resistance down for. That hadn't occurred to me before. I'm not sure how well I just explained that. But it's a thing, trust me. Your summon attack would already do more, and it'll cool me down, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And Rob has already applied poison. Remind me what your ultra move is? Ooh, removes all negative ailments and raises resistances for party members. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Get rid of our negative ailments. It might be a little bit early, But I feel like I'm in front, and I can stay in front by doing that. And now I think I need the healing, and so let's go ahead and do a heal all. And then you definitely still want to do water thrust. Oh, why did that deal 0? Oh, I'm such a dummy. He's in water mode now. I forgot that he changed elements. Alright, metal dagger would cool me down. That's fine. I'll go back into overdrive in just a moment. Alright, pay attention to his elements. Don't be a dummy. So he is currently... He's strong to water and weak to wind. And you don't do anything with wind. I don't think Killian does anything with wind either. And he's currently already poisoned. Oh, right, I was going to try Throat Cut to see if silence works. So is there any chance I can silence you? Silence. It says he got silenced. Let's hope that's true. Seems like I still need some healing again. I could also use Shielding Mazurka. I feel like the they're both good. That's for 2 turns. So that's like half the damage that's incoming. Healing is just about the same. I'm going to go ahead and do the healing, because he might be silenced. And so you're weak to wind right now, so I want a wind thrust. Let's use the right element. So I've made one mistake. Okay, now he changed his element. Great. So now he's windy. And he was silenced. Okay, cool. But then he like managed to drop it off, but I think that wasted a turn for him. So should I try a Throat Cut again? I think I should. I think that might actually be a really good... Oh, he resisted that time. And so now he is weak to earth and strong to wind. And you don't have an earth attack. So we're going to swap back to Glenn, which will help cool us down. And this will help cool us down even more. And might have paralyzed him. You currently have 1 weapon summoned, but you have all your hit points. So I'm going to Metal Dagger. Got a crit, that's very nice. Alright, he used some wind against me. And so you're weak to earth, right? So Victor, how would you like to deal damage for once? Victor says, okay, let's do it. Kablam! 225. And he changes his element again. This is good. This is good. This is much better than the first time. Cross Slash seems fine, but I could also heal all. They're both good. I'm going to Cross Slash to deal the damage. And Rob is getting kind of lowish. And so I'm going to have him swap out for Killian, who also knows heal all. And we'll have you do the healing. Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. I got a critical heal, nice. You're going to use your summoned attack. That'll also cool us down. It's going to deal like 200 and something. 233, very nice. And did our healing him? Yeah, I think the other healing wore off, and so I think I need another healing him. So I'm going to do that. And now you are currently weak to fire, and I have someone who knows fire standing right over here, so let's use a fire thrust. And he's going to change elements again. Alright, this is good. And paralyzed, very nice. So at this point, we're doing okay on healing. So I think I might just deal some damage with you. Yeah, let's deal some damage. And so he's currently weak to water. You don't have a water attack. So you know what else he could be weak to? Being bleeding. So let's give him a dot damage effect and bring out our heavy hitter. And then you need to get some more daggers out. I'm aware of my overdrive meter. And now he was currently weak to wind, I think. No, he's weak to water. So we'll go back to water thrust. And now he's changing his element. Seems like every time I hit him with the particular element, he changes element. So if I do that frequently enough, he's going to have a hard time keeping us resisted in bad ways. This will cool us down, and so I think I need to do this because I didn't realize I was overheating. There's always so much damage during these battles. So you've already inflicted bleed on him, right? Yes. So bleed is done. And pilfer, do you have something you could steal? You don't have something to steal. It would cool us down. Is that a good enough reason to use it? And I'm going to say yes, because managing overdrive is important. Alright, so that cooled us down a little bit. You've run out of whatchamadoodles, so why don't you have some sweets? And get some more TP back. And he is currently watery, which means he's weak to wind. Yes. So we'll hit him with one of those. He's going to change his element. And then he's going to use wind on us. Alright, and so long as I keep his element changing, we're not going to get devastated by one of his attacks. This will cool us down, so I totally want to do this. I am in need of some healing, though, as well. How do I want to get the healing in? I think the right thing to do is to swap to Victor so that he can heal us. Oh, except for he doesn't have the TP to do it. I did not anticipate that. What are you currently weak to? You're weak to Earth, though. Yeah, let's just deal a bunch of damage then. Weakness. Alright, so he's changing his element to Earth. Okay. You don't have an Earth attack, so we're going to swap out to help with the overdrive bar. Cross Slash would cool us down a ton. And I actually don't want to cool us down a ton right now, so I'm going to do Heal All, because I have a plan. Alright, he's using an Earth attack. That's fine. Now we have a bunch of status effects. Wouldn't it be a shame if all those status effects on us were to go away? Hey Rob, how would you like to use your Ultra move a second time during this battle? I'm glad I used it early. I got a chance to recharge. All negative status effects have been removed. Okay, I like it. You can now... You have one weapon summoned, and some attack would cool us down, which I am cool with. So let's go ahead and do that. Deal some extra damage in there. Victor doesn't have any TP. I brought him out to help with healing, but it's not really working right now. So let's switch back to Sienna, who does still have TP, and start dealing some more damage. He is already bleeding. So we'll do a crit for 270, very nice. And a Petal Storm is active. Oh, and we beat him. Nice, okay. So, the gimmick that I missed is every time you hit him with an element, he changes elements. And so if you hit him 4 times before he has a chance to make his next attack, then you can gain 4 different debuffs, and none of them will take effect because he's not using the same element twice. And that combined with Rob being able to get rid of all the debuffs let us just kind of cycle through and never get a devastating hit because we were like weak to Earth and then he used Earth. Okay. Who would have ever thought that a pacifist monks would keep such pets? These were probably the last of them. We're almost there. We'll have to deal with the other guests first. Guests? They've been following us for quite some time now. Uh-oh. Who's following us? It's Sienna's friends! With friends in air quotes. Gotta hand it to these guys. They know how to swing a sword. And they're even capable of using magic. If this was just about Sienna, I'd call the whole thing off. She wouldn't be worth the risk. But it's about a juicy bounty on every single skull of this troop. Skull, skull, says Nos. And a princess as a bonus. Oh, they know about the princess. Can't say no to that. Besides, they're not the only ones who mastered magic. Brothers, over there. Look at that. A bounty, huh? Must have been your brother's idea, I guess. Do you have to deal with bounty hunters as well? You best forget about this kind of deal. Their currency is our heads. You want us to run? Let's pray to fate that we succeed. Let's go. After them. Don't let them get away. The gate is locked? The last security measure. They're coming. Quick, to the door. Don't let them through. How do we get the gate open? I see. An exam that tests a visitor's education in magical matters. We have to draw the 17th Conolithan glyph in the sand here. What? Something Sir Victor would certainly know. Basic knowledge at the Magic Academy. Let me do it. Hurry up. There you go. No, that was apparently the wrong glyph. Let me think for a moment. Ah, yeah, that was... No, that wasn't it. This can't be happening. I mean, we could take these 4 guys. It's been ages. This kind of knowledge you practically never need. Man, Victor's tone really changed from smug to desperate. Draw any glyph. Come on, quick. That's what I'm doing. They'll be through in any second. I like how 3 of them are holding the door and the other 3 are just like standing around complaining. Glenn, do you know the answer? Why would he? May I try? What is this crap? Stop wasting time. Is a voice in his head gonna... Oh, he just did it. That's unexpected. I wouldn't have taken you for a bookworm. Victor obviously knows things about Glenn, according to a conversation that we saw. Athraz, a smoke bomb. Okay. That was close. Oh, there's a treasure chest over there. Do you see it? But at least we've gained some time. These idiots can hardly remember their own names, let alone ancient characters. The question is how we get back. Tell me, boy, how come you know the glyphs? There's hundreds of them. I learned them. This is old and useless knowledge. Since this knowledge saved our lives, I wouldn't call it so useless anymore. Glenn's always good for a surprise. Let's go on for now. Killian's right. Standing around here isn't going to help us. Glenn wants to know. Glenn, you never learned how to write glyphs, did you? No, there was no school in Golgotha. I was never taught how to read either, but... Right, she knows his backstory in terms of, like, where he grew up. But... What are you waiting for? Come on! Let's go. Kindreld Monastery. Is that how you spell monastery? It might be. I'm not sure. New skills. Apparently we got a level up from that one. Okay, that's nice. I have no idea where I am in an episode, so why don't I check that out? And before I do so, why don't I make a save? Saves are good. I guess you can argue that some words are spelled differently in this world, but monastery in English would be spelled E-R-Y, not A-R-Y, so I was right that it was spelled incorrectly, both on the save and in the area name. And so it's like a small thing, but like those types of things really bother me. Like they misspelled hers earlier as well. And I don't know, like if it was like a little indie game, like it would be different, but this is like, I forget. I think it's like a game that probably had a decent development budget, so I expect that they can spell correctly. Merchant, when I'm selling stuff in such dangerous places, I usually raise the prices. Right, okay, we've seen that before. I might want to buy some meals because they are good. I own 6 of them though, so I'm probably okay. And how am I doing on angel wings? I own 5 of them, so I'm probably okay. But those are things that I have been using somewhat. Right, new skills. I got distracted by the spelling of monastery and forgot about the fact that we need to actually learn some skills once again. I think the second time this episode. Let's see. What is this attack stance? Raises attack and lowers defense. Like, spending an entire turn on that, like, I don't know. Doesn't seem worth it. I feel like for Glenn, let's imagine eventually we're going to be up against some machines and I will want a machine killer. So I'm going to learn that and get a bunch of stats. Neat. I guess you only get the stat ups when the Grimoire Shard came from a boss battle as opposed to a Grimoire Shard that you get as a reward from the chains, maybe? I'm guessing. Rob. Let's see, we just gave someone Machine Killer. Agility up would help you go faster. How much agility is it? 15%? Yeah, it would give you more turns or faster turns in battle. So let's go ahead and learn that. For Victor, can only hold so many passives. I need to keep that in mind because I'm going to need to set those skills. Let's give you... Remind me what Requiem was? It's a defensive buff. Defense and mind, 10%. That's non-trivial. For 5 turns? That'd be good to use at the start of a battle, but like there's a bunch of things to use at the start of the battle, like the healing hymn. I guess that could actually be better than a heal, honestly. And it's a different type. So I'm going to go ahead and learn that. I'll decide how I'm going to do Victor's loadout in terms of skills. You... What is it that you want the most? You're still feeling a little squishy. But... yeah. You also were running out of tech points at one point, I think. So I think I'll do the tech points. Stat ups are nice and easy to reason about. Len... Still don't think I want the third eye. And you haven't been taking much damage because mostly I've had you out of battle. And so kind of nothing matters very much for you. She's not all that well armored though. Let's give her defense +2 because I'm not sure what to give her right now. And that'll give her a bunch of other stats. Killian does sometimes have a lot more TP than the rest of the party. So it might be helpful for him to have offer to pass TP on to someone else. But critical is also nice. I think I'm actually going to do critical and then I don't have to worry about juggling his skills. And finally, Sienna. I've been going kind of all in on like attack with her. So let's continue doing that with an attack +2. And she gets some other things. Okay, great. So we have done all of that. And just so that I am completely committed to it, I'm just going to overwrite my previous save. Because I don't necessarily like spending time thinking about that, just because there's too many choices and I get choice paralysis. And so it looks like the only way I can go is this way. What are all these crazy vines that we're seeing growing everywhere? Oh, meals. Good. I just had the opportunity to purchase them, chose not to. And now I found some instead. So I got them for free. Hooray for me. There's more things out here. Also, I think we're on the Monk's Island. Because I hear the ocean. It seems plausible. Okay. Does this mean I can get to the treasure chest? It sure does. Jade amulets. That sounds like something for Beatrice. Jade versus Ruby. It is better. And the ruby, I did not put any things in the crystal slots. And does it have a second page? It doesn't. Okay, so we just straight upgrade. Good job. And I guess this is an old overgrown monastery. Right, there might not be any monks here anymore. We're just looking for the backstory of where the monk got the original grimoire nugget or whatever. And there's no map. So I'm not sure which way I should be going. And so I'm just wandering. Oh, there's another statue. I see it. It's like on the roof part. Here's a treasure chest. That's just loot that you find out in the field. So not a big deal. But it is a treasure chest that might contribute to... I guess we'll try going up here. Might contribute to a reward chain or something. Hey, it's a library full of books where we'll get some important information. A hurricane must have raged here. Will we ever find any information? If it's not on the floor of the ocean, we should be able to find something. The monks knew how to correctly document this treasure of knowledge. And a document of this documentation fell into my hands quite some time ago. That means you know where to look? I have leads, yes. But you can give me a hand, nevertheless. What are we looking for? Numerous books that have lost their place due to earthquakes and weather. See if some of them contain inventory lists or if they're diaries. Now Kibber's would be interesting. Right, he was the monk. What makes you think he wrote one? High Prophet of the Church. Oh, crap. No, it's okay. I thought for a minute my microphone was not on, and I was going to be very sad. High Prophet of the Church once kept a diary, which is today considered the most important document of their faith. Since then, it's been a sacrament for every monk to keep a diary. You check the sorted shelves. We'll examine the scattered papers. All right, everybody, get to work. Don't tell me you're all able to read. Never short on insults, are you? I was just surprised. I'm not sure if it speaks of your character when such statements come over your lips subconsciously. You'll probably never get along with each other. She. Now get to work. Victor, I feel like, is good at defusing the situation within my party. Oh, of course. You're gonna... Oh, no. It is not auto-advancing text. I thought it was auto-advancing text. I was going to be very angry again. Victor's good at diffusing the situation between my party members by talking about, we need to get out of here, or we need to get to work, or stuff like that. Keep people focused on the task. All right, crew members. All 4 airstones are working at full power. Engines are 30% of their capacities. Right, they talked about airships not being able to get to the island for some reason because of airstones. Everyone, get ready for takeoff. Oh, it's Frederick. All right, so they have an airship. A ship as massive as an entire castle lifted into the air. Job most well done. Glad you're happy with our product. Excelsior Industries is known for its quality. Strong woods from Miranda, robust metals from the mountains of Ramunda, strongest opus stones from Gandabranth can provide. That makes the Aurora the sturdiest airship Volandis has ever seen. Alright, the airship here is called the Aurora, but it belongs to Frederick. Science is sure making big leaps nowadays. Has for quite some time, my lord. Outside of Volandis, yes. In between all the battles, there was no place and time for progress here. This will change soon. I've heard the ship's maiden voyage is headed directly to the battlefield. I'd advise you to train your men a bit longer. Don't worry, the ship will not see use in battle today. The Aurora is strong, but it isn't the most powerful weapon in our arsenal. Today's battle will find a quick end. I've heard the rumors, the Grand Grimoire. Your Highness, word from other ships. They're all ready as your order. Finally, some action. I'll take my leave. The Pegasus Brigade is waiting for my command. See you later, my prince. General Alina is her name. I'll return to Daedalus. Somehow, all the excitement before the battle was lost due to the Grand Grimoire. Grand Grimoire is the name of the big one. But this might be better for my old heart. Okay, so Frederick is readying his generals for battle, and meanwhile we're still looking through books. And no one can find anything. But Victor found something. Victor and the scientist guy whose name escapes me, Cameron. Even though the monks were dedicated to poverty, they possessed some valuable objects. Kept in a treasure chamber, managed by a treasurer who records it in a treasure list. A grimoire of unimaginable size. They didn't know its power. We assume the stone was given as a gift to the King of Terran, but there was a reason. It was payment to be able to travel freely on Volandis to build churches and do research. Church was looking for the tomb of one of its saints, a certain Lady Reyna. We've heard that name before. I found more within the diary. He bumped a rainbow-shimmering grimoire from the shelf, which rolled down the corridor and fell down the stairwell. This triggered a huge explosion, as he writes. He triggered it here? Apparently this huge explosion wasn't as enormous as we know of. It only destroyed part of the first floor in the front garden. Then it couldn't be the grimoire we're searching for, right? But it was a rainbow-shimmering grimoire from the time that Nelkabur brought it to Tyrion. What happened then? The monk was scared. He ran down, found the shards, hovering in midair. Put into place by a whirl of ether, the grimoire was sucking the ether before rebuilding its form. From some dead birds in the garden. Sucking ether from the lives it took. The monk kept it secret, didn't want to take blame for the explosion. Uh-oh. Enough story time. You're friends with the bounty and the princess. Come with us. They managed to catch up to us. You solved the riddle? By luck, I guess. Right, they had to use the glyph to open the gate. Drop your weapons and surrender. Does it look like we would? No. Let's finish it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can take these guys, at least based on previously. There's 4 of them, so poison would be a good start. And does anyone... They're all weak to wind. Okay. That could be good for me. Is there anything in particular I need to do? I guess I could armor break somebody. Let's do a healing hymn, because we're not exactly sure what we're up against, and that's good. Preventative maintenance. Okay, but they're weak to wind, and so I probably want to substitute out Len. And he is giving an offensive buff to one of the party. Okay, that's fine. This will cool us down, that's fine. And so far we're kind of handling it. So I'm going to swap you out for Len. And then have her use a wind thrust on this guy. That's his weakness. And you're going to pandemic this guy so that everybody gets poisoned. Alright. So we've got damage over time going, working in our favor. Aura, all of them got an aura. I'm not sure exactly what that's for. Let's see. Do I think I'm going to run out of TP? Let's imagine no. So Victor's going to go ahead and swap out for damage dealer extraordinaire. Although, let's get some more damage over time on at least one of them. Let's go for the other center guy. That'll deal like 500 damage over the course of time or something. Okay, but you're still buffing the rest of the party, and so you do seem good to take down first. And you hit us with a wet. So let's be wary of that. But we're healing up just fine. And you're the one who's wet. But you still have all of your HP, so I'm not worried about going down right now. So I'm going to continue to focus fire on you. And at this point, you'll deal a whole lot more damage by hitting everybody on the field. So let's do that. Most DPS. Rob, you did your good work. You do know how to heal all, but we don't need it. Explosion traps could work, actually, because they're doing some single target damage. And actually, Len got wet, and so they might aim over there. So let's have an explosion trap ready. Alright. Doing kind of general attacks that are hitting everybody is not great. Oh, he's got HP regen. Okay, I'm glad I'm going after that guy first. Darn it. What's his name just went down? Okay. Wind thrust will help us cool down, so I'm definitely doing that. I need to get one enemy down before I can try to bring my party back up, so I'm going to do this. And she's got a Petal Storm active. That's nice. Rob is still doing fine on hit points. And so would a power shot finish this guy off? It might. Let's see if he can do it. 184. It's a good number. Wasn't quite enough. Oh, and Sienna went down too. Ugh. And now you're wet too. Okay. We have problems. Oh, I see. I took the one guy out of combat. I didn't realize. Okay. I think I'm going to do this for the damage and the cooldown. Ooh, yuck. Right, I'm wet and you used wind against me. That's why that was as bad as it was. Okay, so we're subbing you out. And you are going to Helping Hand Len to make sure we keep 2 players up. And then you are going to, I think, bring Glenn back, because Glenn can bring a 3rd person back into the party, and they're both good. Batraz is more TP, so let's bring him back. Alright, hold on, hold on. Batraz just went back down, but at least I wasted your turn. We still have problems. Nothing here will cool down, so perhaps it's time to just use an item. Let's use an Angel Wing on Batraz again. Agility Break is going to slow me down, okay. So, I could either heal, or I could use an Ultra Move. Len is super low on hit points, so switching to her is not super great. And it's going to take a little time to get you down. But Batraz is going to go next. So, and you have all your hit points. I'm going to try to take down another bad guy. So I'm going to have you attack. We're overheated, I understand. And then I'm going to use a metal dagger on you, and will that finish you off? It might. Sadly, it did not. Alright, Glenn could take that. And Glenn could not take that. Darn it. Alright, we're overheated. But I have to take out another enemy, and this will do it, I think. So I'm going to risk it. Oh, it still didn't take him out. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, but I don't want to believe it. Alright, if you go down, bad things happen, so let's have a snack. It's delicious. Oh, why did I take a snap? I have a meal. I should have taken a meal, I forgot. Alright, well, let's hope we don't die right here. We might die right here. Yeah, we're gonna die right here. Gosh darn it. Okay, that ended up being a much harder battle than I was anticipating, given that crew. And so I think the correct thing to do is to load my previous autosave, which will probably be before the cutscene. Or wait. This is just going to take me directly into the battle, right? The autosave should have placed me before this. Like, I want to quit for the day, and you're not going to let me? Oh, this is awful. Yeah, okay, I'm directly caught in the cutscene, and this is just going to go back into the battle, which is not what I wanted. Yeah. This game has a lot of warts. So I'm just going to X out of it in Windows, and I don't remember the last time I did a hard save, but I will get us prepared before next time for that. So I'm going to say, I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Chained Echoes. For now, bye-bye.